her every door and how the windows let the sun in. Copy out the key and tell her this is for we come.
She shall be called a woman. It was all woman when you saw me. Real people in this room.
Soften up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter fight her image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, revealing of a pretty little scheme. Save her mind, hold her hand, and don't believe a lie. You understand me. Walk her down the valley, pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach, like the angels do, and you gon' make it through now. Tell her about the healer, greater is the one within, call him as the leader. Teach her how to hold a pretty hand up to the sky, and I'ma wait upon the giver, he'll deliver like a dealer. Take her higher, higher, fly out the valley and the fire. Take her higher, higher.
Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you guys have joined me again. I just want to thank all of my regular viewers, all of my new viewers, and everybody who has subscribed for me. Don't forget to subscribe. It's important that we hit those likes. It's so important that you do get those algorithms going when you hit those like buttons. It tells YouTube that you guys enjoy the content, and it also helps to get those algorithms moving, so we can get God's message out farther to more people, and farther out into just besides sitting still. You know what I'm saying? I don't know any better way to describe it than that. Well, I'm excited to have you back. And also, I did tweak my name just a little bit. And it is Life Changes 16 with the question mark. The life changes, and then, sorry, it's life and then changes 16 with a question mark. And the changes, the 16 and the question mark are all one word. Okay? So don't forget it. I'll put it up on the screen so you can definitely see what is going on. All right. So let's get started. It is movie review time. Yay! Woo, 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 woo. Anyways, as you can tell, I am a movie person. I love movies. I love music. It's two of my favorite things. You ever want to make me happy? Get me movies, take me to the movies, or music. Well, perfume, that's another thing. I love perfume. But I'm a perfume junkie. But I just want to say it's time for movie review. And we're going to do a movie review on Someone Like You. It's a great film by Kingsbury. I hope I'm saying the name right. I better be saying her name right. If not, then either way it goes, I'm still gonna put her name up across the top so you guys can see it. So, with that being said, let's get started. All right. So, as you can see, I'm not very good remembering names, but that's all right. I remember faces, so you never say I forgot you. So, let's get started with the movie review of Someone Like You. So, enjoy this trailer.
It's a beautiful morning.
I fell in love with London Quinn in high school, even though she told me not to.
If you're driving, I pick the music.
Life can feel serene, and then a single rock breaks the surface.
London?
Sending ripples through all of time.
It's been a hard year. So many.
I'm so sorry.
nights and tears.
Dawson, you deserve to know London was an in vitro baby. We couldn't get pregnant otherwise.
The procedure gave us 2 embryos.
What about the other?
We gave it to a doctor who works with infertile couples.
Saying London might have a sibling?
Hi,
Can we talk?
who are you? Why didn't you tell me?
You were born from me. That's so hard to explain.
I'm going to Birmingham. My real family lives there and I want to meet them.
I'm home
Lord, please comfort this family.
with you.
Do I look like London?
I'm home.
Yeah.
I want to know everything about her.
You love hiking here?
This is incredible. Are you in love with her?
You can't bring her back, man.
You're my safe place, my high.
I could stay here forever.
She's not ours. She's not London.
It was so much fun. How do you have a life in Nashville?
We want you to come home.
You were pushing me away.
Every time that I'm with you, I was looking at London all over again.
I can't change the past.
I want you. I'm falling for you. She always wanted me to find someone like you.
Thank God I do.
Now, we're back. Did you enjoy the trailer? I hope you did, because the movie is really good. It's really, really good. The director, she paid for everything. She didn't go and ask for a whole lot of money from nobody and didn't ask anybody for any money. She actually did everything her own self. They filmed it in Tennessee, and they had to halt video recording because of a tornado risk. You know, the Tennessee, it gets some weather sometimes, and they had to halt on filming because of a tornado warning that was let out. Oh, I'd have been scared. But, they got it done, got it filmed out. So, let's talk about the movie. Well, me and my friend, Evangelist Tammy, we went to the movies to go see it on Sunday evening. And it was an amazing movie. It was really good. I really, really loved it. I wish I could have got her to do the this podcast movie review with me, but when I was at her house earlier today, we were totally not. We ran out of time trying to do something else, and so I wasn't able to ask her to do the movie review, but I did get to ask her what she thought about the movie, and I'm going to read to you what her assessment of the movie was, or her / review of the movie was, even though, okay? And then I'm going to read mine, okay? This is Evangelist Tammy's. It's about forgiveness, this movie. Someone to love. It's about forgiveness, letting go, and trusting God's way and will for our lives, even when we don't understand it. And in the movie, we've got 4 couples, and they had to trust God. And they didn't understand what to do sometimes as people, parents, with our children. Sometimes we don't know how to tell them certain things. So I'll give you a little bit more insight on the movie. As you've seen in the movie trailer, that they did, I believe it is in vitro. I could be wrong, but I'll correct it, on the video. But there was two families. I'm going 2 families. There was 2 families. One family was the Quinn family, and their daughter's name was London Quinn. And London Quinn was very good and close friends with Dawson Gage. London Quinn is played by Sarah Fisher, awesome actress. And Jake Allen plays Dawson Gage. And London and Dawson were very, very close friends since they were very young. And believe it or not, Dawson was in love with London, but London, I guess, told him not to fall in love with her. But in the movie or the previews, you can tell that obviously she's in love with him too, but you'll have to see it to find out what happens. And so London is killed in an accident after her and while her and Dawson were out hanging out, and they were kind of getting a little bit closer than usually they are. And she gets hit by a vehicle, and she passes away. Well, her parents, who are played by Scott Reeves and Lynn Collins, and they're Larry and Louise Quinn. And they didn't even get to tell London that she was an in vitro baby, where they freeze the eggs and they use them, later in life, or whenever the parents are ready or the families are ready. And they didn't really get to tell her, but she passed away before that happened. But what ended up happening is Dawson was so hurt and he was so torn apart about London that he ended up, they ended up telling him what happened to her, how she became to be. Let's put it like that. He was with her when she passed, but they let him know that she was born from, the frozen eggs and the in vitro and all that, and that there was two eggs, and they gave the second egg, they didn't want to destroy it, so they gave it to another doctor family, and that family is played by Bart Johnson and Robin Lively, and they are Dr. Jim Allen and Dr. Jenny Allen, and they ended up using the frozen egg, but 4 years after London's egg was used by the Quinns, which made their daughter, who is played by of course, Sarah Fisher, and their daughter's name, she's playing two roles, and her name is Andi Allen, A-N-D-I Allen. I love how she spells her name. And they didn't tell Andi either. That parent, both parents didn't tell. Well, Dawson is so broke up about London, and so he goes searching for London after Louise Quinn and Larry Quinn tell him about the daughter, and Larry was more like, Dawson, leave it alone. And Louise, tell him to leave it alone. Tell him not to find her. We don't need to know, but Louise, didn't do that. She told him to, I guess, do what he felt like, pretty much what he felt that he needed to do. And what he needed to do, he felt in his heart, was to find this other person. He didn't know her name. He didn't know anything about her. He started digging around and asking the hospitals about different things, and he found out who her parents were, and that her name was, and her parents were doctors. And then he Googled them up and found out that not only did they have Andi, but they had another daughter who they didn't think they were going to be able to have, because they thought they were going to be able to not bear children. And they actually were able to bear another child who was younger than Andi, which is the other in vitro egg. And her name is Amy Allen, and she's the sister of Andi Allen, and she's played by Mary Marguerite. I hope I'm saying her name right. And she's played by Mary Marguerite, and she's younger than Andi. Well, I was so excited, and it started getting good and juicy. So now we're at the point where London's passed on, Dawson is searching for London, and not London, he's searching for Andy's family, and he finds her, and then he finds Andy, who had just got hired on at the zoo, which, mind you, this zoo, I believe it's the Nashville Zoo, and nobody's ever been able to film there, ever. And they allowed this, gosh, I'm so excited. I was like, that is nobody but God. They allowed them to film this movie there. Praise God. Lord was on their side. And so anyways, they were on the inside of the zoo filming, and Dawson goes to the zoo and he sees her, and he looks, and then he's just like, he's blown away by it, you know. And so he stays there, and then eventually he comes up to Andy and he's asked her, was her name Andy Allen? And she said yes, it was. And then he said, I'm here to tell you some things about your sister, your adopted sister, London. And she was very shocked because she didn't know she had a sister. She hadn't been told yet. So, of course, she goes home, talks to her parents, and she's very angry about it. Her parents were trying to explain to her what happened and how things happened and how they were wanted to tell her, but they didn't know how. And so she leaves. She goes to Birmingham, Alabama, of all places. Woo, 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 Birmingham. That's where my husband's from. And she goes to Birmingham, Alabama, and Dawson had gave her a card. He gave her his business card when he seen her at the zoo, because she was like thinking this guy was crazy, you know. And she told her boyfriend that, you know, he had been watching her all day long, and so, you know how that goes. So anyway, she calls him when she gets there to Alabama, and she talks to him, and they meet, and then they decide that she decides, you know, she wants to meet the family, her biological family, and she does. She meets the family. She meets everybody. She meets London's best friend, who works in a coffee shop. She meets a couple of other different people, and she really has she's very drawn to the family, and she's very drawn to everything that London was drawn to, and then she wants to know more about her sister, so she asks him to show her about his sister, about her sister. And even though Andy's boyfriend was pretty upset, she's like, that's not your sister, and and he's just pretty upset about it. They don't know you and all this, but she was still just so drawn to them that she had to do something. She wanted to know everything about London. And so that's where Dawson had came in, and he was showing her around and showing her the things London loved. And believe it or not, London was such a bubbly person and just really friendly and just outgoing, and Andy, believe it or not, she was more a little more calmer, but she would get excited, and she was a lot like London. They were they were identical. Finally, as the story goes on, I don't want to keep you here all day long, but as the story goes on, she starts to fall for Dawson, which, she did have her boyfriend, but, she had ended up ending it with him because it was just, I don't know. It just, when you see the movie, you can see that, she was like, I love you, and he was like, I love you, but it just really wasn't a lot of chemistry there. But the chemistry between her and Dawson was amazing. I mean, it's like those chemistries when you first meet your husband or your boyfriend, and you're like, ah, you know what I mean? And so it was like that. And I was just like, oh, I love love. I love love. I love falling in love, and, and all that. It's amazing. I love it. But they end up, kind of talking, but he didn't want to end up losing her, because he knew she was going to be leaving back. She ends up moving in with the family. She gets a job where London used to work, at the coffee shop. She becomes friends with London's friends. She becomes really close with London's mother. Oh, speaking of London's mother, let me pour you some tea. Oh, wait, let me do it right. Hold my cup. Let me pour you some tea. London's mother, Louise, she needs a kidney because when she had the egg plant placed inside of her, I don't know what the terminology is for doctors, and she had it placed in her, they had already told her it was going to cause kidney damage, and later on down the line that she would need to have a kidney replacement, and London was her match. And London, she didn't want London to give her her kidney, but London wanted to do that. But when London was hit by the car, she was her internal organs were too damaged. Oh, it was crushed. Her internal organs was too damaged to help the mom. Well, after staying a while and getting to know the family and beginning to fall in love with them, Andy volunteers her kidney. She gets tested. Nobody knew it. Her boyfriend was mad about it. Her parents, they didn't really know because she was so mad at them. She didn't want to talk to them. But Dawson, along with Louise, London's mother, she told her, talk to your parents. You're going to need to forgive them because this is something that they did out of love. And she carried you out of love. And she had you out of love. Not because she didn't care about you, but she did. And so it's an amazing movie. I'm just going to leave you with that. And you guys go and see it. It's so good. It's a Fathom movie. So it's a little more expensive than the normal movies, the $10, $15 movies that you usually go see. But you know what? You're supporting a great cause. And you're supporting a great artist and director. Okay? Amen. So I'm going to go on ahead and finish with reading what Evangelist Tammy sent me, what she thought about the movie. I'll read you what I thought about the movie, and then I'll let you go. Okay? So Tammy, I'm going to start from the beginning. She said, someone's talking about someone like you. It is about forgiveness and trusting God's way and will for our lives, even when you don't understand it. It's about God working miracles for both those families to have children when they couldn't. God worked a mighty miracle, especially to have their embryos frozen for 3 years before being able to use it in God's timing. It's about things being kept a secret and God revealing it. I love that she said that. And I, on the other hand, sent her my intake on it, my outtake or whatever, and mine's was Someone Like You is a story about love and forgiveness, hope during physical ailments, the love of a parent for a child, and pain of losing a child, and the joy of God blessing you for a second chance at loving someone brought into your life unexpectedly. Those were both of our thoughts on it, and they were very close, and it was an amazing movie. So I would say to you guys, go watch it. Go watch it. It's so good. You will love it. So, and remember, like I said, it's a Fathom movie, I believe they said. So that makes it a lot more, a little bit more expensive. Not much, but it was good. I'm glad I went. It was worth my time. So, please, go support this film. Support the films like at Angel Studios. Angel Studios is another one. I love their work. And this director here, I believe her name is Karen Kingsbury. But I'll correct that for you if not. She has some other stuff out, so I can't wait. I'm excited. Get your popcorn ready. Get your eat on. And get your heart open and ready to receive just a great story, a great plot line. And it kept God centered right in the middle. Kept God centered right in the middle. I praise him. And I thank him for you guys. And I would say, please like my channel. Don't forget, it's important. Like the channel. Like the channel and subscribe to get all notifications. Don't just push subscribe. Not only push subscribe, but hit the bell. Hit the bell so you get all notifications, okay? All right. I love you guys.